The message from the angels to you is brought to you today by the angel Raphael and tells you, negative thoughts do not let you sleep. My beloved, it is possible that when night falls, when you find yourself in silence and the only thing you want is to rest, negative thoughts prevent you from doing it properly. Those thoughts seem to refuse to leave your mind just when you need peace and quiet the most. In this special message that comes with light directly to your being, you must pay attention and open both your mind and your heart to absorb and find the real essence that dwells in you and achieve changes in your life. That is why, staying until the end, you will discover why this message was really for you and how much you needed it. Also take advantage of the final advice to take your first big step. Today I share with you this spiritual teaching to shed some light on this situation. I will explain why this happens and some things you can do to avoid it. You need to understand that this is normal. It is part of your human nature. But you must also understand that you don't have to settle for it. You can change those thoughts. You can have a calm mind and go to sleep every night knowing that nothing is going to keep you awake. Keep in mind that sleep is also a channel of communication and spiritual connection. That is, through sleep, you receive signals from your angels and spirit guides. But also through sleep it is easier for you to connect with yourself, with your higher self. When the filters of the mind are turned off, during sleep, you have a deeper connection with the divinity that lives in you. Therefore, those things that keep you from sleep, that are like obstacles for you to sleep every night, are also obstacles for the connection with your authentic self. That is to say, when negative thoughts keep you from sleeping, you have to know that a disconnection from your inner self is taking place in you. So, today I not only want you to focus on changing those thoughts, but also on understanding why they are happening and what consequences they are having. Because sometimes it's hard for you to change things because you don't understand them. But once you understand them, you have the ability to change them. All that stuff that comes to your mind when you can't sleep, those negative thoughts, is something that is disconnecting you. It's something that's getting your attention and you need to take care of it. Those thoughts and emotions may have been there during the day, but once you settle down to rest and try to let your mind go blank, those thoughts make too much noise. And then, you find yourself trying to sleep, but being invaded by painful memories, by things that make you feel ashamed or guilty, full of worries and things that don't allow you to stop. Then, all those worries of the future and regrets of the past are like a nightmare while you stay awake. You can consider the possibility that, perhaps, these thoughts come to you too much because there is something they want to tell you. Don't get caught up in the superficial, go a little further. If you are thinking too much about the future, maybe what your thoughts want to tell you is just the opposite, that you need to focus on the present moment. If you are lamenting too much about the past, maybe what you need is precisely to leave the past behind, to free yourself from it with love. That is to say, you don't have to keep the literal part of those thoughts, but look inside yourself and understand why they won't go away. All those thoughts and emotions come to you because you have been disconnected from who you truly are. Because there are things that have been taking you away from your essence. All that distracts you. And in order to calm those thoughts, you don't have to occupy them, but look at them with a deeper vision. But you have to choose the moment when you deal with those thoughts. You don't have to allow those thoughts to come just at times when you want to rest. Because, in fact, it can also happen that those thoughts come to you at times when you don't want them to. At times of the day when you should be doing something else, or at times when you simply want to enjoy something. But those thoughts prevent you from doing so. Be aware that they make a lot of noise when you haven't heard them. Emotions try to scream very loudly when you don't take care of them or don't listen to them at the right time. So, what you can do is connect with those thoughts, with those emotions, and acknowledge them. Talk to them as if you were talking to a person. Tell them that you recognize that they are there, that they are coming to you for a reason. Promise them that you will deal with them at the appropriate time. And kindly ask them to lower their intensity at this time because you need to rest or you need to keep your mind calm. Keep your mind calm. This seems very simple, but it is actually something very important. Because you will be giving respect to everything that happens inside you, to your thoughts, emotions, and feelings. Then, you commit yourself not to ignore it anymore, to take care of you. Now and before we continue, I invite you to subscribe and share our channel. Your support helps us to create more valuable content for you. But you will do it at the right time. You will begin to dig into those emotions at other times of the day that are more appropriate. When you tell those thoughts that you are going to deal with them, you will feel a lot of relief. Everything will calm down inside of you. And then you will regain your energy and strength. Your angels will assist you at all times during this process. You can even ask your angels for help in dealing with these thoughts. Ask for their guidance to understand the real reason why they are happening. In the meantime, turn your mind to positive things, and keep your mind calm. Keep in mind that those thoughts and emotions are somehow getting your attention for a reason. To help you understand this more clearly, I want to give you an example. Imagine that you have an assignment due at your job, that you have an obligation to fulfill. Imagine that in order to fulfill that task or obligation, you need the help of someone else, because it is a task that requires two people. But you are stuck in a room. That room cannot be opened from the inside, only from the outside, i.e., someone should help you to open the door. And you know that on the other side of the door, there are people. There are people who can help you to get out. But right now, those people are attending an emergency. They are dealing with something very important and they are talking to each other. So what would you do? It's possible that at that moment you would be a little scared. You would probably first try to knock on that door, raise your voice a little bit to be heard. Some negative thoughts would come to your mind. But if that doesn't work, if only by speaking in a slightly higher tone of voice they don't open the door, you would knock insistently. You would call loudly, and you would raise your voice much higher, shouting if necessary. Then, you would get those people on the other side to listen to you and open the door. When they opened the door, they would let you out. But no one would be able to help you accomplish the task you had to do until they finished taking care of that emergency, that very important thing they were all doing. Well, that's what happens to your thoughts and emotions. When you ignore them, it's like they get stuck in that room. And they start making noise for you to listen to them. So, to stop them from keeping you from sleeping, to stop them from distressing you so much, you can open the door for them. When you open the door, they will calm down because they are no longer trapped, and when they come out, tell them that you are taking care of something important, which is your rest. And that when you have a good time, you will take care of them. There is much light in you, my beloved, in your entire being. Allow that light to shine in a unique way, because you are unique in the universe. Sometimes, you let yourself be carried away by thoughts that make you feel bad, that tell you that you are not enough, that others are better than you, that you will not achieve your goals. These shadows can be defeated with your own light, with divine light. There is no darkness that light cannot overcome. It is essential to give less importance to appearances and give more weight to being. Spiritual values, as they allow you to vibrate in the harmony of the universe and experience peace, should occupy a primary place in your life. By cultivating these values, you will find it easier to move closer to the light, silence the shadows, and allow good to prevail in and through you. Take a moment to reflect on what is preventing you from finding peace of mind and harmony in your life. You must be aware that shadows will always try to affect you, stealing your energy. The darkness will seek to convince you of your inferiority, your vulnerability, that you are less than others. On the other hand, the light will remind you of your worth, show you your power, and remind you that God has blessed you with countless gifts that you can use for your own good. Allow the light to reign in you, let positive things happen without judging you, feeling worthy and deserving of all the light in the universe. Remember that you always have time to change your perspective. Sometimes a problem can seem overwhelming, taking up all your focus and making nothing else around you seem to matter. It is possible to change this dynamic and find new ways to face challenges, allowing light and positivity to enter your life. When you are faced with a problem that seems to rob you of sleep, harmony, and peace of mind, it is useful to ask yourself what its importance will be in a few years. You may find that, in hindsight, the problem will not be relevant, perhaps not even a month from now. This approach can help reduce anxiety and nervousness, allowing you to connect with the divine mind that will give you guidelines to deal with it. Remember, my beloved, that the world is wider than what currently worries you and prevents you from resting. Now I ask you, Are you willing to tune your mind to the melody of success and allow prosperity to flow to you? Today, I have left in the description a powerful tool that will help you and bring you closer to your happiness, peace, and tranquility. I invite you to get to know it. Be proactive and open the doors to a future where success and prosperity are your daily reality. Do not underestimate the power of now. The opportunity you have today to change your life will never present itself in the same way again. Act today, go for the description and create the tomorrow you deserve. Blessings forever.